Niggas always talking, but it's all cap. Took up all my time, I want it all back. And I ain't got no time for no more divas. I'm just trying to kick it with my feet up. And I'm just out here searching for my Gina. And hopefully she thick just like Serena. Maybe a little older like Regina. I like 'em a little feisty just like Zena. I got what you want and what you needed. If you want me, baby, come and see me. I've been taking shots and now I'm leaning. Got me feeling crazy, now I'm fiending. Make a wish, I pop up like a genie. Driving, going 80 down the scene. Girl, you looking good, hella decent. Got me about to jump right off the deep end. I've been vibing, going crazy, bumping G's. Girl, you still look good when your hair piece. Just look in the mirror if you don't believe me. Girl, come over here, only in between us. Girl, I got your back, I ain't no cheater. Plus if we get married, ain't no prenup. Tell me what you want, I swipe the Visa. Don't worry about these hoes, I delete her. I've been riding with you since the first day. Feel like I've been on you since the first grade. And a nigga wants you in the worst way. I don't even care if I look thirsty. Niggas always talking, but it's all cap. Took up all my time, I want it all back. And I ain't got no time for no more divas. I'm just trying to kick it with my feet up. And I'm just out here searching for my Gina. And hopefully she thick just like Serena. Maybe a little older like Regina. I like 'em a little feisty just like Zena.
Zillionaire Entertainment, baby.
All right. Y'all already know who it is. The truth speaker, the guy that makes everybody mad. What is popping? It's your boy Zillionaire. Nobody speaks the truth like your boy Zillionaire. I tell you, man, everybody's scared to say what I'm things that I say. Everybody knows it. Now let's talk about this Nia Long situation. I want to break this down. Everybody, all the new age modern women trying to make her out to be the victim. She got cheated on and all this other bull crap. When Nia Long chose to be a baby mother, yes, she chose to be a baby mother. This man got engaged to her. She led him on to believe. She led him on to believe she wanted marriage. And then all she did was make a baby with him, and that's it. So why should a man be committed to a woman that doesn't want to be committed to her? Doesn't want to be committed to him. That's my question. What's up, A Goddess and everybody else in the comment section? Please hit that like button as you come in. It's going to be a short, quick live because I got a lot going on, man. I got a lot going on. I'm working in the entertainment industry. I'm just trying to get y'all videos, many videos I can. I try to go live when I can. Got other things going on, but I'm still going to be going live, here and there. Now, everybody's making her to be the victim. He cheated. He's a cheater. They're trying to say all men are bad and all sort of bull crap. They think that men should be, how can I put it? Men should be in relationships with women that they're not happy with. Women who don't want to build with us. Women who don't want to build a legacy. Women who don't want to build families. And men are supposed to stick around and put up with it. Now, you may not agree with him cheating on her or sleeping with another woman, but let's think about this. First of all, Nia Long is not his wife. He just had a kid with her. So what does that make him? Her baby, his baby mama. There's no commitment. She didn't want to commit with a commitment with this man. She didn't want to. She didn't want to get married. You can look this up. You can look this up. She did not want to marry. She was engaged to this man and led this man on. He got her a ring. He got her a ring. In 2015, she kept putting off the marriage. She kept putting off the marriage with him. Putting it off. Putting it off. Putting it off. What do you expect this man to do? They talking about she just moved in with him and all that. Just because a woman moved in with a man doesn't mean that's going to fix your problems. Well, her and the son went up there and they moved in with him. Well, what does that mean? Just because, people could listen, a relationship could be going south and you could, okay, let's try to move in together. See if we know. Sometimes it makes it worse. So why is everybody making her to be the victim? And why what he did was so wrong when she didn't want to be committed to him? Why should he be committed to a woman that doesn't want a commitment to him? That's the question here tonight. And I think I might put a poll in the chat. Why should the coach, Emu Udoka, why should Udoka want to be committed to Nia Long who didn't want a commitment? Why should he? Why? I like that really blows my mind. I'm looking at YouTube and, of course, all the women is, pandering and, making her out to be a little victim. She the victim. Women are always the victim. Women are always the victim. And this is why I speak up for the men on my channel, because you have platforms with nothing but a bunch of women. We got platforms. We got talk shows on television. Everywhere you turn, you have women platforms where they speak out on things that they believe that are issues. But it's funny how us as men, they don't want us to have platforms to speak out on things that we believe that are issues to us. They want to silence men like me. They want to keep us quiet from speaking the truth. But I refuse to do it. A lot of you black women, y'all choose to be baby mothers and y'all play victim. Like that's the really so mind blowing about black women. They don't want marriage. They don't want to build with a man. They don't want a lifetime partnership. But they always having babies. I'm gonna say it again. Black women will tell you, I don't want to be married, but I want to have a kid. They don't want anything long term. They sleep with all these different men, become baby mamas, and everybody's supposed to feel sorry for them. And it's the man's fault. It's not their fault that they didn't choose to build a legacy. It's not their fault that they choose the wrong type of men to have children by. It's not their fault that they said, you know what, I just want a baby. I don't want a commitment with this man. I don't want to commit. I want a baby. But we're still supposed to feel sorry for these women. We're supposed to feel sorry. Forget what the man want. Forget what us men want. F what we want. What men want doesn't mean anything. What Udoka wanted with Nia Long, what he wanted with Nia Long didn't matter. She didn't care. She got engaged to this man and then turned around, changed her mind. Led this man on to believe that she wanted marriage. Let him on and then changed her mind. You know, I don't want to be married no more. And I'm gonna tell you why women like Nia Long and most black women don't want to be married. They don't like a structured relationship. These women want to be free to sleep around. Let's call it what it is. Most women just want to be free to sleep around. That's what it is. I want to be free to sleep with that person, that person, that person, that person. And me and you can still sleep around. And if that's what y'all want, fine. But don't be playing victim. If y'all want to sleep around with different people, fine. But stop the victim stuff. Like, just stop it. Just say, you know what? I wasn't committed to that man. That man could do whatever he want to do. If a woman doesn't want to commit to me, don't expect me to be committed to her. Like, that's crazy. They expected Udoka to commit to Nia Long, who didn't want to commit to him. What? And he's the victim. I mean, she's the victim. She's the victim, though. But she didn't want no commitment. She didn't want no commitment whatsoever. Y'all go look it up. You can look it up. They were engaged since 2015, and she changed her mind. She didn't want marriage, and she's been vocal about not wanting to be married. See, I do my research. I don't just come up here and talk. Somebody said they just watched Kendra G show. Woman has 7 kids looking to date. I gotta watch that video. Hey, I might do a what you call a reaction video sometime. Somebody says because being a wife requires elegance, maturity, class, right. Majority of females, they want to right. They don't want it right. I agree. See, when a woman listen, these women don't want to build a legacy, or they don't want to be committed to a man, is because they know they got to step their game up. See, Nia Long understood. Listen, she was engaged, but Nia Long understood. Like, shit, I don't want to. They don't like all the. Listen, these women don't like all the things that are required for them to be a wife. They don't like the requirements. They don't like the job, but they expect the man to do everything, but they don't want to fulfill their part. The man's supposed to protect. He's supposed to provide. He's supposed to do this. He's supposed to do that. It's always what the men are supposed to do. But when it comes down to say, okay, women, what are y'all supposed to do? And they sit back and say, well, you know, a lot of them can't answer that for you. So we see women having babies all over the black community. And Nia Long proves my point that black women choose. Being a baby mama is a choice. Anytime you say, I'm going to have a kid and I don't want marriage and I don't want a commitment, I don't want a lifetime partner, I don't want a man that I can build with, you're choosing to be a single mom. And the crazy part about it is these women choose to be single moms with multiple different men. These women, and a lot of these women are half crazy because they got multiple different, juices shot up in them. If all these men shooting their juices all up in you, these women, they ain't right. And then you got women like Nia Long, who everybody's feeling sorry for her and making her out to be the victim, but they don't understand the backstory of their relationship. Everybody's making Nia Long the victim. That's the crazy part. Like, I was like, wow. And I think I'm gonna put it. Let me see if I could put what you call it. I'm gonna put a poll in the chat. Why should Udoka? Why should Emilio Udoka? Why should he be faithful to a woman and commit to a woman that doesn't want commitment to him? And that's what killed me about women. I'm doing another show maybe tomorrow night if I got time. I'm doing another show tomorrow night, and it's going to say, how these new age women, they don't want to offer nothing, but they expect men to do everything for them. She just used that man for a baby. Now she could get a check. Nia Long used that man for a baby. And I'm going to do a part 2 on this. How women use men for babies. Yes, y'all do. Y'all use men for babies so y'all can get a child support check, welfare check, so y'all can get checks for the child. Let's call it what it is. A lot of y'all women use men for kids. I'm gonna do women like Nia Long use men for a child. She's wanted the baby out the man, and she know the man got money and can provide for his child. See, Nia Long, at least she understood. You know what? I'm gonna make this man think I want to marry him, get a baby, and then back out. I'm gonna say this again. Women like Nia Long will lead you on to believe she wants a legacy and she wants a family, but she don't. I'm gonna make this man believe I want to marry him, have a baby by him, and back out of it. And then he still got to provide financial support for the child. This is how these women do on every level. It doesn't matter. Low level women, middle class women, working class women, famous women. A lot of these women do this on every level, every facet. A lot of them are doing this. I'm gonna get a check. I'm gonna get a government check, a child support check. I'm gonna get some kind of check for this kid. I don't need to get married. And a lot of women feel like, well, if I have multiple kids by multiple men, I could get multiple checks. I could get multiple government checks and maybe multiple baby daddy checks. Maybe. But a lot of these guys is trifling they have children by. So they can get that welfare Section 8 check. They always have a place to stay when they have a bunch of kids. They always will have EBT and a roof over their head with EBT. But women like Nia Long, who are famous, you know, it's different levels of women who try to gold dig you and use you for a child. See, low-level black women, they use Pookie and Ray Ray to get babies, and so they can live off the government. That's why they have sex with Pookie and Ray Ray, with men that can't take care of their kids and men that ain't shit. They'll have 100 babies by him, live off the system, and use the system and use Pookie and Ray Ray for babies to live off the system. Women like Nia Long will use men with money to have a baby. See what I'm saying? See how it works? They always using men for a baby and a check. Men are just babies and a check. I think I need to do a live show. Babies in a check. A lot of you women just use men for a baby and a check. Let's call it what it is, man. Let's say what it is. If you don't want to build with a man, but you bust your legs open and have this baby, you're using him for a baby and a check. You just got a child and a check. Child and a check. Somebody need to write in the somebody need to write in the comments section, a child and a check. Oh my God. A child and a check, the double C's. Lord have mercy. I'm gonna start having my own quotes and my own sayings now. A lot of people, I see a lot of YouTubers, they be stealing my quotes. I need to start solidifying that's my quote. A child and a check. That's all these niggas is, a child and a check. That's all they use these men for. It's a child and a check. Nia Long used this man for a child and a check. Like majority of women do. Just call it what it is. I mean, if you don't like this channel that I speak up for men, you could go to another channel. I don't care. Straight up. Oh, calm down, man. My homegirl's dog is barking. So I'm gonna go in here. My homegirl's dog be going off. I'm at my homegirl's right now. But anyway, a child and a check. That's all a lot of these women want, is a child and a check. Hold on, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Please, my moderators, tell people I'm coming right back. All right, coming right back. Moderators, put in the comments section. He'll be right back. All right, thank y'all. Just give me a couple seconds. I'm sorry about that. It's my homegirl's dog, man. He be snapping sometimes. You know what I'm talking about. But anyway, let's get back to a child in the check. She used him for a child in the check. That's all he was. And a lot of men get used for that. A lot of women, even Pookie and Ray Ray get used for a child. Get used for a child in the check. I mean, child in the check. They use Pookie for a child, and they use the government for a check. With men with money, they use him for a child and a check. But like I say, man, let's get back to what I was saying. Let's get back to what I was saying. And I got like 10 more minutes. I'm gonna be on here. But I'm trying to understand, how is she the victim? Somebody please help me understand. How is she the victim? This is what I'm seeing all over the internet. Nia Long, how did he cheat on Nia Long? How did he do Nia Long like that? And none of y'all know who she is personally. Just because she was a fine, attractive woman. What does that mean? That's another thing to kill me. Nia Long was fine. How he do that to her? How he do that to her? A woman that didn't want a commitment with him. A lot of fine women, let me tell you something. A lot of fine women don't even give men what they want. Just because she fine don't mean she was fulfilling his needs. Just because he was fine, just because she was fine, just because she was fine, don't mean she was fulfilling his needs. That's what killed me. Oh, she's so fine. So because she fine, I guess a man's supposed to just put up with her not wanting to be committed. He's supposed to just put up with her, not wanting to build a legacy, not wanting to build a real family. He's supposed to just put up with a woman's attitude and all kind. We don't know how Nia Long is behind closed doors. She looked like she might have a nasty attitude behind closed doors. We don't know. We just looking at things from the surface. And I'm giving you the backstory how she didn't want to marry this man. She took his engagement ring and she led the man on, had his baby, and backed out of a marriage. See, I'm giving you the truth of the situation, not the internet crap that everybody's trying, the false narrative that the internet is trying to give. They're giving a false narrative. That's a false narrative. So that's false. That narrative they try and put as false. Look at the backstory of what's really going on between her and Udoka. And then when the story came out about him cheating, she posted a Twitter and she's dancing like she was happy that he got caught cheating or whatever, or she, he got suspended for cheating with a woman on his staff. And she posted her Twitter dance. I'm like, what do you mean? Why is she doing that? Why are you posting a Twitter dancing? He got like, I mean, come on. And I know she doesn't really care anyway because she got his child and she gonna always get a check whether they together or not. See what I'm saying? See how it always works out for women, whether they work out or not. She had his kid and she's always gonna get that NBA check because he gets paid. Udoka gets paid for the Boston Celtics. They just went to the NBA Finals. His salary got raised and everything, even though he's suspended for a year, for a whole season. She dancing like she's happy. Like, come on, man. Like, we don't know if she got a nasty attitude. We don't know that. Everybody trying to play like she like. I mean, I couldn't believe the tweets and the Instagram post and all the other stuff. How he do her like that? No, how does she go? How does she lead him on like that? That's my question. Everybody else on the internet saying, how he do her like that? How did he lead her on like that? I mean, how did she lead him on like that? How did she take a ring, say she was going to marry him, had his baby, then backed out of being married? And you don't always have to, go down to the courthouse. You and another person can be a lifelong partners. You don't always have to listen, I don't always agree with going down to the court system and getting a marriage license. I don't believe you have to do that. And the Bible never tells us to go down to the court system and get a marriage license. I don't believe in that. That's a money racket. You can have a ceremony or whatever. Y'all could just, between you, your spouse, and God, y'all are committed to each other for life. To me, that's marriage. You don't need a piece of paper to solidify marriage. That's another thing I don't agree with. A government piece of paper does not solidify marriage. There's a lot of people that got a piece of paper that say they're married, but they're really not married in real life. Okay, it's a commitment. It's an honor between you and the man that y'all are. Between you, God, and your spouse, we're committing for life. This is going. I want this to be my life partner. Boom. Because once you get into the legal system and this is why they want you to get a marriage certificate. That's why they want you to get a divorce because there's so much money in getting a marriage certificate. You got to pay $40 for that. Then if y'all get divorced, you got to pay lawyers. You got to pay legal fees. The man always have to pay alimony. It's all about money with this government and this system. So I don't believe you should have to go there. That's why, a lot of Muslims and some of these Mormons and stuff, they don't believe in going down to the systems of some of these people who understand. And I totally agree with that. That doesn't mean marriage just because you went down to the courthouse don't mean nothing. all I'm saying. There's different ways to get married spiritually. Y'all can have a spiritual marriage, a spiritual ceremony, a spiritual commitment. Y'all could say, you can create your own vows with somebody. That's what I'm trying to say. Marriage doesn't always mean the courthouse and a marriage certificate. It's your vows. It's a ceremony. It's you professing your love between you and your spouse, between you, God, your spouse, and the people, your loved ones, your friends, and your family. That's all marriage is. Okay. Now, she didn't want to do that. She didn't want to build. She didn't want to build anything with this man. So what is this man supposed to do with a woman that doesn't want to build nothing? What are men supposed to do with women who just want to use you for a baby and a check? Should men just keep their dinglings in their pants? Or should these men continue to try to give women a chance and then get played? Because if you notice, men always get played in the end. They try to make it like she got played, but really he got played. He got played and he made a dumb decision. He made a dumb decision to believe that Nia Long wanted to marry him and build a family. That was a dumb decision. And Udoka made another dumb decision by messing with a chick on his staff. So he's making a couple dumb decisions. Right? You know, it's a dumb decision to do that. It's a dumb decision. You could have picked some other woman. But we don't know. I don't know how he felt about that woman. Sometimes you can fall for a person, you know, in your, you know, sometimes it ain't always, you know, under your control. So I don't know. You know, I don't get all that. But anyway, she didn't want marriage. So how is she the victim? And why is the internet making her out to be a victim when they don't even know the entire story, and nobody's putting the entire stories out about their relationship, about what's really going on between those two. That's my thing. They just go off of, oh, he cheated, so they can make it look like all men are bad, which is the narrative they try to push in our society, that all men are bad and women are always the victim. That's the narrative. All men are bad, women are always the victim. That's the real narrative that they're trying to push with these agendas, with this toxic masculinity, divestors, all this other stuff. They're trying to push an agenda against men, period. So every time they could find a story in the media or anything they could use against a man, they're going to pit that issue, that scandal, and they're going to use it, especially when it comes to men of color. They're going to try to use it against men of color. Like, see, this is what black men do. See, this is what but they're not getting the full story out. Ain't getting the full story out. And that's my problem. Why should a man commit to a woman that doesn't want to commit to him? Udoka should be free to sleep with whoever he wants to sleep with. I'm gonna say this again. He should be able to be with anybody he want to be with because she didn't want to commit. She didn't want that relationship. She wanted to be a baby mother. These women choose to be baby mothers. You'll never hear black women say, I want to build with a black man. You'll never hear it. You'll never hear black women say, I want to find a good brother and we could build together. Show me any post, show me any YouTuber, show me any Instagram, show me any Facebook, show me anywhere where women say, where black women are saying, I want to find a good brother to build with. It's either they're talking about using men ain't nothing, men ain't this, men ain't that, men need to do this. I'm going to say this again. You'll never hear black women say, I'm going to find me a good brother and build a life and build a legacy, build a family. I'm going to find a man I can build with. I'm going to find a man he could be my partner. Where do you see that on YouTube? Anywhere. Instagram, Facebook. Where do you see anywhere where women or black women are saying, I want to find that good brother to build with? You never hear that topic because that's not what they want. If you notice, social media always puts out what women want. The majority of the women will say, I'll have a baby. I don't want to be married. Majority of women are saying, men need to do this, men need to do that. Men ain't this, men ain't that. That's the majority of what's on our in social media. That's the majority of the women are saying. This is what they're saying. See, let me tell you, women are emotional. They're always going to tell you how they feel. Women always tell men how they feel. All the time. They don't mind telling. Well, listen, a woman don't mind, especially a black woman. She don't mind telling you what it is. And show me one black woman that don't mind telling you something. She gonna tell you something. And they never tell us, I need to find a good brother to build with. See, we don't want to talk about that side of the coin. We don't want to talk about how black women don't want to build. They don't want to find a good brother. We don't want to talk about that side. They don't want to build a legacy. They only want to use men for a baby and a check. That's all. That's all they want out of men. A check and a baby. That's it. Like, let's tell me if I'm not telling the truth. Because if I wasn't telling the truth, we wouldn't see the results of it. We would hear more black women say, "I want to build with a. I don't want to just have a baby. I don't want to just be a baby mother. I want to get with a man where I could build something with him." Even the Bible says two heads are better than one. The Bible says two are better than one. The Bible says a man and woman are supposed to be fruitful and multiply. A man and woman are supposed to come together and produce, prosper in all areas of life, spiritually, physically, financially. Black men and women in period. It was God's will for us to build and prosper. That was his will. That's why we see, especially in the black community, everything out of whack. Because if you take away the family structure, you take away the will of God. Oh, hello, somebody. See, a lot of these women, you're out of your will. You're out of the will of God. You go against the very thing God says you're supposed to do. You see what I'm saying? They go against it and they wonder why their relationships are cursed, their finances are cursed. And we see so many curses in the black community because a lot of y'all want to do it backwards. You don't want to do it the right way. And they always want to cry victim. I'm a victim. How are you a victim? Yeah, you're a victim of your own choices. If y'all are victims, you're victims of your own choices. But when we live in a society, especially the women in our community, you can never hold them accountable. It's always somebody else's fault. All the time, it's always somebody else's fault. No accountability. No matter how many times with their actions, they do foul stuff. They make bad choices. They choose to be baby mamas. They just have all these babies all over the place. It's still everybody else's fault. Not their choice. They're grown people. They're not. We talking about grown-up adults who make conscious decisions to bust their legs open and let people just put babies in them. And we supposed to feel sorry for them and say, "Oh, men are so bad." See, this is what these women want you. This is what women of this generation, these new age women, this is the narrative, especially with the new age women. We're supposed to come together and say men are bad, so we won't be held accountable for our actions. See, if they can say men are bad and get away with it, they can guilt trip men into believing we're bad, all of us are bad, then they can get what they want from us. See what I'm saying? They don't have to be held accountable. And a woman that doesn't want to be held accountable is a woman that don't want to change. And the majority of the women in our community, they don't want to change. They don't want to better themselves as women. They don't want to make better decisions. They don't want to build anything. Like Proverbs 31 says, a wise woman builds what? A foolish woman destroys. We have more foolish women in our society, in our community. I'm going to say that again. Proverbs 31 says, a wise woman builds. A foolish woman destroys. How many women do we see destroying their families, destroying their relationships, destroying their finances, destroying their life? Oh, yeah, I know. I'm telling you, I'll be preaching, man. How many more women are destroying their relationships, destroying their lives, destroying their children's lives, more than they're building? We very rarely see women building things with men. It's always something destructive. That's why 80% of them are single mothers. The black family is about to be non-existent. If 80% of our women are single mothers, the black family is about to be non-existent. And this is why you see a lot of successful black men dating or marrying other cultures of women. Because with the women in our community, they don't want to build families. So if the women in our community don't want to build families and they just want to have our babies and get a check from us or the government, what are we supposed to do? I'm going to say it again. If the women in our community just want to have a baby and get a check, they don't want to build a family, don't want to build a legacy, what are our good brothers supposed to do to build families and legacies? We got to go to other cultures of women who are raised to be wives, who are raised to be submissive, who know their place as women, who know that she's the queen, he's the king. Sweetheart, you are not the king. And I'm going to talk about that movie Woman King soon, too. I got to break that Woman King movie down with a bunch of hard-faced masculine women. It's ridiculous. I couldn't believe that movie. That movie was just trash. Bunch of hard-faced masculine women She falls in love with a white man who looks feminine. But anyway, you never hear them talk about building with men. So women don't want to. If the women in our community don't want to build with men, don't want to build families, they just want to have babies. Why should we feel sorry for them? I'm your boy Zillionaire. I'm out of here. I'll leave y'all with that. She's not the victim here. And I'm talking about in that relationship. If she's not the victim, she didn't want to get married to this man. She took that engagement ring, had his child, and then she turned around and said she don't want to be married. So now he's cheating on her, and everybody trying to make him out to be the bad guy, like he's supposed to commit to a woman that didn't want to commit to him. Crazy. See, they always got requirements for black men, but the women don't have to meet the requirements. Man, I got some good live shows coming up. I'm saying it again. See, black men, we have to always meet the requirements, but they don't. We have to always raise the standard, but they don't have to. Y'all women can bring nothing to the table and tell you to do everything, and we got to do it, or you ain't a man. They ain't got to do shit, but tell them they ain't nothing. Tell them they ain't shit, and they lazy, and they ain't good for nothing. How you talk to a black woman like that? They always try to use the black woman card. It's great. You call out their behavior. You call out how they destroy their relationships. You talk about how they use men for a baby and a check, or they live off the government. You call out their behavior. They always try to use the black woman card, but they can talk about black men all day long. It's a million platforms of women talking about men. Millions of platforms. So if you don't like my channel, that I speak the truth and I speak up for good brothers, that's your problem. You can go to another channel. But anyway, I would never commit to a woman that doesn't want to commit to me. I don't care if she's my baby mother, and I don't care if we were in a relationship. I'm not being committed to a woman that doesn't want to commit to me. I'm free to do what I want to do. And so is she. If she doesn't want to commit to me, she can do what she want to do. Fine, do what you want. I'm gonna do what I want. We ain't gonna play victim here. We ain't gonna do that. But in our world, when we have especially the black women in our community, they refuse to be held accountable for anything. So every little thing they play victim. It doesn't. They always gonna play victim, no matter what they do. They bad choices of men, this, that. They always play victim, and that's the narrative they trying to push with this Nia Long thing, which is a bunch of bull crap. So I don't believe a man should commit to a woman that doesn't want a commitment to him. So he's free to do what she want to do, and them too. Yes, a child in the check. I'm gonna do a live show called "A Child in the Check." New age women use men for a child in the check. I might do that Thursday, sometime this week. But I might get on out of here. I just want to do a quick live show, man. I'll holler at y'all later. Um, um, and that's fine if we got different opinions on this. The point I'm making is this. I'm not saying what the man did was right. Now, hold on, I'm not saying what Udoka did was right. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, why should he commit to a woman that doesn't want to commit to him? Why should he be with a woman that led him on? She took an engagement ring, had his child, led him on to believe she was going to marry him, and then turn around and backed out of the marriage. But you still got a child, and you're still going to get a check. That's my point. That's all I'm saying. I'm talking about their relationship. That's all I'm saying. I'm not talking about what he did. I'm not justifying anything. I'm just saying, why should he commit to a woman that don't want to commit to him? That's it. And I don't believe a man should. You shouldn't commit to a woman that doesn't want to commit to you. Now, Udoka, he could have did it another way. He could have did it a better way. Yeah, he could have did it a better way. Yeah. But I don't blame him messing with other women. He should be free to mess with other women. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. All right, I'm out of here, man. Y'all have a good night. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for the comments. Thank y'all for your point of views. Somebody said these women are sorry. They want a lifestyle they can't afford. for themselves, but think they are entitled to lifestyles that they desire off somebody else's dime. Yes, I talk about that all the time on here. She said, a guy said, I don't care about neither one of them. I just feel dude it's stupid to mess up his own money. He should have just broke up with her. Well, I kind of agree with that, but um, I agree with that. He should have messed up his money. I agree with that, but we don't know if they were broke up or not. See, that's the thing we don't know. We don't know how the relationship is. We don't know. We don't know if they were in an open relationship. Like we really don't know. All we know is that Nia Long and Udoka was supposed to be in a relationship. We don't know if they broke up. That's the thing. We don't know that part. The only facts in this relationship, only facts you could research and find it for yourself is that she didn't want marriage and that she got engaged to a man she didn't want to marry and she had his baby. That's a fact. I'm going to say that again. A fact is, you can look it up and you can look this up. She got married. She got engaged to a man and changed her mind and said she didn't want marriage and had his child. That's a fact. All the other things we really don't know. But, he did mess up his money. That was dumb. But, he should have, got with another woman outside of his Boston camp. I mean, if you know there's rules and regulations, he shouldn't have, he kind of crossed the line, the business line. It's for the business, personal. He cried across the line. He messed up his own bread. Yes, he did. But I don't blame him messing with other women. With this type of woman, Nia Long. Let me see. Somebody says you got melanated females who are educated, and oftentimes they are more ratchet than females still in the pride. That's true. Sometimes that is very true. Sometimes that is very true. That's true. Oh, that's true. All right. Well, Nia Long got a child in the check. She got that child in the check, and we'll continue the child in the check series. We'll continue the child in the check series another time. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm gonna holler at y'all later, man. I got a lot of things going on. I just want to come by and touch on this topic, and we'll continue this relationship series, and I'll have a bunch of other topics coming soon. I'm out of here. Thank y'all for hitting the Cash App, the PayPal. If you want to be a monthly member, that's another way you can support the channel. Shout out to those who be buying the Zillionaire clothing and merchandise. Some of you have family members who are artists and rappers, singers, and this and that. And some of them have been on my music production page where I produce music on my website. All the links are in the description. Some of you buy my beats and instrumentals. I appreciate it. I got books selling on Amazon. Some of you bought my books too. Thank y'all for supporting the other businesses that I have. And y'all have a good night. God bless y'all, man. All right.
Zillionaire Entertainment, baby. Zillionaire Entertainment, baby.